Hey guys, Ricky here from Most Valuable Podcast, here to bring you my top sleepers for fantasy football heading into week number 6. And these are guys where, will they have a big week? Maybe. Will they have a bad week? Probably. But these are guys that I would say, you know what, the odds would most likely be in your favor if you want to roll the dice on them this week. Let's get right into it. Number 5, this may surprise a lot of people, but the Detroit Lions. And the reason why I say that is they're playing Chicago. This is a defense that's going to be hungry for a win this week. We know Jay Cutler has liked to make some mistakes in the past. I was high on him last week because he was going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know what some of you may say, but Ricky's going up against the Lions this week. The divisional matchup, there's something about these Lions where I'm like, would I love for you to go 0-16 for the second time in NFL history and your team's history? Yes. However, I don't think it's going to happen. And maybe this could be the game where they break out, especially defensively against a Jay Cutler who usually likes to make mistakes in years past. Number 4, we're staying in the NFC North. Stephon Diggs. And the reason why I'm saying this is Vikings have a very pass-heavy favorite this week going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Jamal Charles won't be playing for the Chiefs with his torn ACL. That means Alex Smith may be thrown a little more, especially if West can't get it going in the backfield. That means that, hey, if the Viking defense steps up, that could lead to more opportunities for Bridgewater to throw on a defense that usually gives big points to the quarterback position. Jay Cutler, even in a mistake game, had a nice fantasy output last week. And, hey, that's going to go just as well for the wide receivers. Hey, if Marquise Wilson could blow up last week on 6 receptions against KC, you could kind of see that Stephon Diggs getting a little bit more roles in the Minnesota offense could have a big game. If you need a wide receiver, you might want to throw the dice on that one. Then at number 3, I know he struggled and last week didn't have the best performance, but Colin Kaepernick. Last week, I say the best performance the team lost, but fantasy-wise, he had 20 points, and he's going up against the Ravens. This is going to be a Colin Kaepernick he's ready to kind of say, hey, you know what, we're going to put this team back on track. Do I see the Niners winning this game? No, but Colin Kaepernick could have a big fantasy day because the Ravens have played close games, especially if it's a shootout like it was against the Cleveland Browns. Then at number 2, I kind of already talked about this game, but Teddy Bridgewater, just because the Chiefs like to give up points to the quarterback. So Teddy Bridgewater coming in at number 2. And at number 1, you saw what Doug Martin was able to do this past week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Arian Foster, 11 points last week, I believe. He's prone for a big game against the Jacksonville Jaguars this week for the Texans. So he's my number 1 sleeper. He could have the best running back week this week. Maybe get back to the Arian Foster of old. And hey, that'd make me happy because John, Josh, everyone in the MVP league knows I have Arian Foster. Well, me and Mark have Arian Foster. We're definitely going to start him this week, hoping he breaks out against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, that's going to do it for my sleepers in fantasy football for week number 6. You can go ahead and tell me down below, is there anyone I missed? Someone that you're like, hey, Ricky, this guy could be a sleeper this week. Should keep your eye on him in your fantasy league. You can also hit me up on Twitter at Ricky Widmer. I love answering you guys' fantasy questions. Hey, Ricky, who should I start here? Who should I start there? I love helping you guys with the best info to hopefully win this week and win your fantasy league down the line and get you to the championship. You can also hit us up on Twitter for Most Valuable Podcast at Most Valuable Pod. You can hit that like button, that subscribe button. But as always, have a good day, everybody. Hey guys, like the video? Then hit that subscribe button. But if you liked it even more, you should check out our Patreon page. We have a lot of different rewards and goals for those of you who would love to support us. So make sure to click that link down in the description to check out those pretty kick-ass rewards.